You've hit on housing and the fact that the NIMBYs have too much power. A lot of that comes from environmental concerns, which the younger generation are very much attuned with. We're currently at the Libertarian Party updating our environmental policy, and we do want to deregulate planning to increase housing supply, and we're also tackling the issue of net zero. It's all well and good to say we are opposed to net zero, which we are, but you need to find alternative energy. What is your stance on nuclear, specifically small modular reactors?
Yes, I think nuclear energy is absolutely the future, and the fact that we failed to build any nuclear reactors is really, really a difficulty, and it does, I think, suggest that we have failed a whole host of reasons for that, but we failed on energy policy. Specifically on energy as a whole, I mean, we know that it's economics 101, right? If we increase the supply, then the prices will come down, we'll have a downward pressure on prices. And what has happened over the last few years, if we've seen, is a constraint and a restriction on the supply of energy. And that does fundamentally mean that things are so much more expensive now than they were. And that doesn't just mean energy in the immediate form, but it means that...
The knock-on impacts for industry.
Exactly, yeah. So for businesses, for rents, for housing, they're not just for personal people in individual households, but also businesses. That then has an impact on prices in the long term. It has a whole host of issues. The fact that energy is so expensive in the UK, I think, is part of why, one of the many reasons why the UK is not very competitive at the moment. So small modular reactors are absolutely one fantastic way that we could do this and do this quickly. I think it's a fantastic idea. However, unfortunately, as a result of the regulatory constraints and the risks, nobody's going to be able to build or invest into it. And I mean, there are a couple of companies that have said that they are interested in the idea, but we haven't incentivized them. In fact, we've done the opposite and we've disincentivized them from doing so. So I think we should look at, nuclear as absolutely the solution. But part of this really is that the government have allowed they sort of constrain the supply of energy wholeheartedly.
They've throttled the country, essentially.
Yeah, and